Welcome back to Breakthrough with Bree. I have with me Valerie from the Tridenti Consulting. Valerie, in my mind, is just all things credit. By the time that people usually get to me when they're ready to buy a home or wanting to figure out how to get ready, we're looking at credit. And at that point, you want to have built up enough credit, or we're having that conversation. How can we build up your credit score? Because it really can affect things like your interest rate and the type of loan that you're able to get into. So what do you think, Valerie, is so important about understanding your credit, or what can be detrimental to people about what they may not understand?
Yes, so credit, like you said, a lot of us were not taught in schools, and it is your adult report card. You're constantly being judged for it. So my thing is, I see a lot of people don't know what makes up your score and kind of go into credit confused about, well, I think I'm doing the right thing, and then I'm actually hurt. So my thing is just to know what makes up your credit score alone.
Okay.
Right. So we have access. I like to think of it as a game, and we have
Love
access to 550 points, right? It goes from 300 to 850. So how can we get the most points? So there's 5 categories. So go through it real briefly. The first category is on-time payments. This is 35% of your score. So 192.5 points out of that 500 comes through this. So what you need to know is every time you make an on-time payment, it counts. When you are late, it can drop your score anywhere from 50 to 100 points. So late payments, whatever you have to do to be on time going forward, like reminders, whatever, super important. The next thing is utilization. This is 30% of your credit score, a huge 165 points. So we want to try to keep our balances as close to 10% or below as possible to get access to most of those points. This is those two together, 65% of your score. Then we go into length of credit, 15% of your score, 82.5 points. Old credit is good credit. Think of it as fine wine. You want to keep credit cards open. You want to keep loans open as long as possible and not close them early to maximize on your length of credit. Then we have inquiries. This is 10% of your score. So each inquiry, hard inquiry, can affect your score 2 to 6 points. So just keep that in mind when you're applying for credit cards and things. And then the last 10% is your mix of credit. So this is important for your credit profile as well, because they want to see that you can handle a lot of different accounts and pay them on time responsibly over a period of time. So length, it's basically 2 credit cards and 2 installment loans, which is a good credit mix, and it makes you have a strong credit profile.
So installment loans being like car.
Yes, short-term installment loans are great. They're easy to get. They're credit builder loans. They're not expensive. They can be $250 total, which makes your monthly payments like $20.
So right now, I mean, times are tough. Everyone's a little bit strapped. So we are relying more and more on our credit cards. So what can people do to stay afloat, and also be aware of how their utilization is affecting their credit?
Yeah, so that's a good question. I see this a lot. A lot of times people are coming to me and their credit cards are maxed out. I get it. So what you want to do is think of this is a snowball method, right? So how can I get these cards paid down quicker? Because a lot of times, one of my clients, she had access to 130 points just from paying her credit cards down. So the snowball method is, it's huge. Yeah. So instead of getting your money and equally dispersing it through all of this debt, what you'll find is it's not going down because of the interest. So if you have, for instance, 3 credit cards like she did, you want to pick the one that has the most interest or has the highest balance. You want to focus on that one. So the other 2, you're going to pay minimum amounts just so you can fulfill the on-time payments. And any chunk of money that you have that's extra, put on that one card. This is going to make a nice dent, right? And then you're going to repeat that every month until that card gets paid down. Then you'll move that one to a minimum payment and focus on the next card. Making big chunks rather than equally dispersing throughout credit cards is going to help you get it down faster. because you're beating the interest a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's really good point to do it that way. So if you're looking to build your credit, or you want to just understand, I mean, people come to me all the time and they're like, what can I do for my credit score? And I can give you little tips, but Valerie will actually go through your credit with you to figure out specifically what you can do to build your credit and maximize your actual score. So thank you so much, Valerie.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.